Chakri Palace was established since 1999, and since then it's expanded into many other outlets, such as Chakri Express, Hello Bali, and even into bistros and sports bars as well. But looking ahead, what are any expansion plans ahead for the Chakri Group of Restaurants?
Okay, definitely. This year is not so much on expansion because this year is a GST year and everyone's expecting a slowdown. So right now we're very focused on building our back of house. And next year will be where we start rolling out. End of this year we'll roll out our first one, but next year you see many more new concepts from us.
So starting from next year, there'll be new outlets being rolled out. What kind of outlets will this still be within the Thai food restaurant?
One will be Thai, one will be non-Thai. So I'm quite excited about that because it's a concept that I experienced when I was still in Australia and I'd like to share it here.
So for the Thai one, would that concept be the same as, say, the Imperial Chakri Palace or Chakri Express?
No, it'll be totally different because we are planning on doing something contemporary but mass market. At a lower price point, yes, very franchisable and fewer key products.
For the Thai and non-Thai, would they be in Malaysia or?
Yes, it will start off in Malaysia and of course hopefully we want to expand overseas.
Expand overseas. Is there a timeline for that as to when?
Yes, actually. When I came back to the business, I gave myself a 5-year goal. So in 2012, I set the goal that we want to be in 5 countries in 5 years. So that will be until 2017. So in 2 years' time, our goal is to be in 5 countries with partners.
Currently, the Chakri Group of Restaurants is only present in Malaysia.
Yes.
Okay, so what would be the first country that you would be expanding into?
Currently, the most promising one is Indonesia because we see that the Indonesians love our food. The Indonesian embassy always comes, so we believe that it's a very suitable market to enter.
Of the 5 countries that you mentioned earlier, right? So you mentioned Malaysia and Indonesia. What about the other 3 countries?
Okay, Australia is one of them. Another one is we look at Myanmar because we do have a group of Myanmari staff who's been with us a long time, and of course Singapore.
Where do you get your inspiration from? Be it to grow or to innovate, to open an outlet?
I would say mostly comes from traveling. Of course, when you travel, you experience new things, and it's then that you get inspired. Actually, my inspiration also comes from meeting Chef McDang, right? It's one of them. Because if I didn't travel, I would have never met him. And by meeting him and also understanding about the Thai cuisine, that's where we came up with this new signature menu. Yeah.
But on a more personal front, your passion, I would presume, is in the F&B industry. What would you like to see the F&B industry, I don't know, in Malaysia grow to?
Currently, I see that the F&B industry in Malaysia is very competitive and also it's getting a bit too competitive and not collaborative. So if you look at advanced countries, right, things are more collaborative. So I would say that I hope to see the F&B culture in Malaysia become more collaborative in the sense that, for example, we'll have a society where everyone can get together, all F&B owners, restaurateurs, where there's support, where there's discussions. I think open sharing is very important, especially now, in the GST era, everybody can see that different restaurants react differently, and when there's no unity, that creates confusion for consumers.
As a Gen Y yourself and venturing into this business F&B segment of the group, how has the journey been for you?
I think before coming into the industry, I had very idealistic thoughts because as a Gen Y person, maybe we have been brought up in a very privileged manner. So when I came into the business, I thought that, okay, here I have some fantastic ideas and here's a business. So let's implement these ideas to the business. But I was so wrong about that because before we can implement anything, we have to understand the core operations and also get down and dirty, which was what I had to do. So my last 2 years, I was actually in the kitchen, on the floor. I was back of house doing purchasing, accounts, everything. I had to dabble in everything in order to see how do we bring the business forward.